All right, Zach Ritchie, the Z-Man, stops by for this week's Made in Nebraska. Kind of got a little interrupted on Monday, so we said we need to have him on. This story is absolutely amazing.
Well, yeah, after suffering a tremendous loss, some of us, we either bottle up our grief or we tell others about it. Mm-hmm. Well, for one Kearney artist, she lets a number 2 pencil do all the talking she'll ever need. So let's take a look. Since the 5th grade, Laura Kollars knew she wanted to be an artist.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love everything about it.
She loved it so much, she student taught other kids while in high school and studied it in college.
When I draw, I can completely just disappear, absorb into what I'm doing. Time can go really fast. It kind of takes you away.
Taking her mind to another place is what Laura needed this March and throughout this difficult year.
A Kearney man is dead following a crash the State Patrol says they didn't discover until early this morning.
That's right. The Nebraska State Patrol saying 33-year-old Bryson Kollars was driving
the love of her life gone. Laura clings to the love and comfort that somehow a number 2 pencil brings.
Yeah.
Through the last few months, Laura's art has reflected her mood. Some sad, some glad.
Mostly it's just kind of how I'm feeling at the time.
But through it all, she finds a connection with others on Facebook. Sharing her art on the Kearney Area Exchange site, Laura's found hundreds, if not thousands, who have seen her art and her story.
It speaks to everybody in a different way. And what I feel when I did it may not be the same as them, but it's also some kind of comfort to them too. And that's my son.
But Laura doesn't let grief overshadow all her work.
And that's Mackenzie.
She proudly displays art on doors throughout her home, a Skylanders mural for her son in his room, and will do custom pieces for just about anyone who asks.
That is the most amazing feeling, and I love lately when people see some of my stuff, and then they'll be like, oh, I saw this picture, and it reminds me of this or this.
Grief brings all kinds of emotion. For Laura, she lets it all out on the paper, keeping her 2 loves forever connected by the line she draws. For this week's Made in Nebraska, Zach Ritchie, Kearney.
She is very gifted and very talented, to say the least.
And she loves sharing her work, with others and expressing, her grief right there out on the paper. 3/4 of the work that she does now is custom orders. So if you like some of her work, just go check out her Facebook page at Kollars Kreations. And she has a lot of her work, put up there already. So if you like something, you could just print it off. Or, even if you have a picture, of a loved one, whether it's a sad moment or a happy moment, she would love to draw it for you. She loves just, creating all those new things. And sometimes she even says it's very hard for her to give some of those away because they become her favorite pieces.
Yeah. Bless her heart for sharing her gifts with everyone and turning her grief into something that she can share. Very talented.
Very talented indeed.
Yeah. The leaf picture is awesome. That's my favorite.
And that's something she just started not too long ago. Yeah.
And is that colored pencil or?
That was watercolor, I believe. Watercolor. So, yep, she likes mixing it all. And if you guys have an idea for me, just let me know at zritchie@nebraska.tv or news@nebraska.tv. Would love to hear from you.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you for coming in on beautiful work, beautiful work. All right, friends, we have a lot more. Coming up next, we're going to give you a special recipe that you don't have to feel guilty about eating right after this.